You know, he's a violent guy. He gets up there and he tries to imitate my dance a little bit. My wife hates when I do this. She said, "It's so unpresidential." You know, he's a violent guy. He gets up there and he tries to imitate my dance a little bit. But he's a violent guy, and he's killed millions of people. By the way, my wife hates when I do this. She said, you know, she's a very classy person, right? She said, "It's so unpresidential." I said, "But I did become president." You know, she hates when I dance. I said, "Everybody wants me to dance." "Darling, it's not presidential." She actually said, "Could you imagine FDR dancing?" She said that to me. And I said, there's a long history that perhaps she doesn't know. Because he was an elegant fellow, even as a Democrat, right? He was the attack by Japan, you know, he was quite elegant. But he wouldn't be doing this. But nor would too many others. And I have to say this, the dancing they really like. She said they don't like it, they're just being nice to you. I said, that's not right. The place goes crazy. They're screaming, "Dance, please."
Venga por mí. Aquí lo espero en Miraflores. No se tarde en llegar, cobarde.
He was trying to get into a safe place. You know what a safe place is, all steel. And he wasn't able to make it to the door because our guys were so fast. Eventually, ultimately, in the near future, he's going to be brought to New York. Late last night and early today, at my direction, the United States Armed Forces conducted an extraordinary military operation in the capital of Venezuela to bring outlaw dictator Nicolas Maduro to justice. Yesterday, or frankly, in just a short period of time, all Venezuelan military capacities were rendered powerless as the men and women of our military, working with U.S. law enforcement, successfully captured Maduro in the dead of night. It was dark and it was deadly, but captured along with his wife, Celia Flores, now face American justice. Maduro and Flores have been indicted in the Southern District of New York for their campaign of deadly narco-terrorism against the United States and its citizens. So we are going to run the country until such time as we can do a safe, proper, and judicious transition. And it has to be judicious. First attack was so successful, we probably don't have to do a second, but we're prepared to do a second wave, a much bigger wave, actually. This was pinpoint, but we have a much bigger wave that probably won't have to do.
What was Maduro doing when the U.S. forces entered what I assume would be his home? And also, was there any point where the U.S. was considering if Maduro pushed back or resisted killing Maduro?
It could have happened. It could have happened. He was trying to get into a safe place. You know what a safe place is, all steel. And he wasn't able to make it to the door because our guys were so fast. They went through the opposition so fast. And there was a lot of opposition. There was a lot of gunfire. You saw some of it today. But he was trying to get to a safe place, which wasn't safe because we would have had the door blown up and
Do you know his exact
Well,
whereabouts?
eventually, ultimately, in the near future, he's going to be brought to New York.
And where is he going to be held? Where is he going to be held in New York? Do you know?
That's going to be up to the officials that do these things.